Welcome to the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Tuesday, June 11th. This is Gina Palma. Today we will have hot and dry conditions across the Great Basin with temperatures 10 to 15 degrees above normal over Nevada and into the southern areas of the Great Basin and only a few degrees above normal elsewhere. Relative humidity will also drop into the single digits to low teens, and we do have some excessive heat warnings out in effect for parts of southern Nevada through Wednesday. Otherwise, thunderstorms will start returning to the area tomorrow. We had no showers and thunderstorms across the Great Basin yesterday, with only light initial attack and a few new small fires reported. Precipitation over the last 7 days has been confined to the northern two-thirds of the Great Basin, with the most measurable precipitation across Idaho into western Wyoming and northern Utah. Over the last 30 days, we've seen well above normal precipitation in most areas of the Great Basin, with the exception of parts of southern and western Nevada, which have been slightly below normal, and also over central Idaho. Current fuel conditions, ERCs, are on the rise with the hot and dry conditions we've seen, but are still below the 50th percentile. However, our grasses are drying out rapidly, and we have fuel moistures in the 3 to 4% range over much of Nevada into southern Utah and the Arizona Strip. So we will see our fine fuels much drier than what our ERCs will indicate for the sagebrush and larger fuels. Looking at our ERC trends, they have been on the rise, as mentioned, and are still below normal, but are approaching values we saw this time last year in some areas of the northern and western side of the Great Basin. Live fuel moistures are on the downward trend, but are still above normal. The satellite loop from this morning shows this strong ridge of high pressure in place across the west, which is responsible for our very warm temperatures and dry conditions. We will see that ridge shift to the east over the next couple of days, allowing moisture return to the area along with weak areas of low pressure, bringing a return of thunderstorms. Looking at the weather pattern for later today, again that strong ridge dominates with temperatures 10 to 15 degrees above normal and low relative humidity across especially Nevada into southern Utah and the Arizona Strip. We have low fire potential across much of the area with the exception of the far south, which is in the yellow due to these hot and dry conditions. Looking at our conditions for today, maximum temperatures will reach the 90s over much of Nevada, near 105 in Las Vegas, and the 80s to upper 70s over northern and eastern areas of the Great Basin. The lowest humidities will remain in southern and western areas, with RH in the single digits to low teens this afternoon. By Wednesday, this ridge starts to break down and move to the east as a weak area of low pressure pushes into California. This will allow for showers and thunderstorms to return to the northern half of the Great Basin. Precipitation will likely be highly variable and on the minimal side initially as these thunderstorms return. We still have generally low fire potential across the basin. We'll also see continued lighter winds the next couple of days. On Wednesday, temperatures will remain hot across the Great Basin, and these will likely be our peak temperatures for the week, remaining 10 to 15 degrees above normal over southern and western areas, and up to 5 degrees or so above normal further east. On Thursday, we will see showers and thunderstorms continue in some of the similar areas we will see tomorrow over the northern half of the Great Basin. We'll probably see a little bit more moisture with these thunderstorms, but again, precipitation amounts will be variable depending on the thunderstorm intensity. Relative humidity, however, will be increasing over the northern half of the basin, and still generally low fire potential and moderate fire potential in the far south, especially in our finer fuels, considering over southern areas we have a well above normal fine fuel crop this year. On Thursday, temperatures will start decreasing as that moisture increases. We'll see highs generally in the 80s or 70s across the basin, but still hot over southern areas with highs near 105 in Las Vegas. Relative humidity will remain in the single digits over southern areas, but will be increasing further north. Forecast amounts of precipitation over the next few days are indicated here on this map, again mainly looking at the area, the northern half of the Great Basin, but precipitation amounts will be variable depending on the lightning coverage, which likely will be increasing each day. As we move later in the week, these thunderstorms will start to shift to the south and east, so we will see thunderstorms move into parts of southern Utah and parts of southeastern Nevada as well, and see drier conditions over western Nevada. Generally low fire potential in all areas, as relative humidity will finally start to increase over southern areas as well. On Saturday, thunderstorms continue over the southern areas of the Great Basin with low fire potential. And on Sunday, again, similar areas, maybe a little bit more moisture on Sunday over the southern half of the region, seeing a little bit more rainfall with the thunderstorms. We will likely see an uptick in initial attack with starts with the lightning as lightning returns tomorrow through the weekend. However, again, relative humidity will be increasing and there will be some moisture with these thunderstorms. So any fire activity is expected to be on the small side. On Monday, thunderstorms shift to the eastern half of the Great Basin, with a return to some warmer and drier conditions for the western side. Forecast amounts of precipitation over the next 7 days are indicated here, and again, generally, the greatest amounts of precipitation will occur in the higher terrain with the thunderstorms, but again, be highly variable across the basin. But it looks like most areas will see at least the potential for increased relative humidity, decreasing temperatures, and at least some light precipitation with lightning as we go towards the weekend. The 8 to 14 day outlook takes us into the third week in June. Still warm temperatures are expected, but still above normal precipitation in most areas of the Great Basin. That concludes our webcast for today. Check back tomorrow for the latest updates.